Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. So scenario fulfilled again. Yeah, we talked about this pattern in the previous video, that from the high at around 19,950 we had 5 waves down, and that we can now expect a move to the upside here in an A, B, C pattern, which could take us to the descending trend line, and all of that has happened. So let's take a look into this in a little bit more detail. So until now you were up to date if you watched the previous video, and now it is time to update the forecast here as we head into a new trading week. Now the overall view for Bitcoin still remains that we're going to see one more low. That is at least my view. Move down in a wave 1, move up in a 2, down in a 3, up in a 4, and now the move down in a 5. That's the expectation, with ideally one more low. That is currently the view. That can change, of course. Bitcoin is a bit of a mess, but this is sort of what the wave pattern would suggest, because we cannot count a new low here compared to the June low. So at the moment, my view is we still come down a bit lower. As explained to you yesterday and the day before yesterday, we expected the price to get into this green box, which it did, yeah, after the CPI data release. So that scenario was fulfilled. We talked about the price to reverse in this box, which it did as well. We could count 3 waves up, so a corrective wave pattern to the upside in an ABC pattern, which suggested that the next move down should be a 5-wave move, which happened as well. So we can count 5 waves as complete. Now there's just a question here, there's different ways of doing this. But this is sort of one that I'd go with, that we had a 3, a 4, and then here the wave 5 down, and that we're now on our way up in a wave. Basically, that's exactly what I showed you in the previous video, that basically this here could be the first wave of the wave C. So let me just show you that and explain that. We will make that a different wave degree so that we can show that in a clearer way. There you go. Yeah, that's what I showed you in the previous video, that we're looking at here a 5-wave move down of that 5th wave overall. That could end the bear market. Yeah, so this could really have been only the first wave, and now we're retracing in a wave 2, and the other waves still to come. So we leave them on a chart somewhere, but the point is now, how high can we go in this wave 2? Well, we already hit here the descending trend line that we talked about in the previous video here, where we had here a touch point, yeah, here a touch point. Now we have another touch point. So the question is, you know, how much higher can this go? We can already see here a wave A, B, C. Let me label that actually. So let's take a look. A, B, C. I mean, it doesn't really need to push any higher, but from an Elliott Wave point of view, you know, ideally you would want a little bit more of a stronger retracement. Let's see what it actually did. It retraced sort of into the region of between the 38.2 and the 50% fib level. For a wave 2, that's fine. Yeah, ideal, you know, would be the 50% or the 61.8, but that's fine. We now need to see, does the price push any higher or not? It can certainly go higher. Only really above the 78.6% fib level, I would consider something more bullish is going on here. But as long as we stay below 19,739, I would focus here on the downside, which means, you know, we're coming down in a wave 1, an impulse. We're now retracing up in a wave 2. It could very well be that the high was now in for this wave 2, and that we're now next going to push down in wave 3. Maybe not yet. Yeah, maybe we push down a bit more. Maybe we push up a bit more, but let's just assume the high of the wave 2 is already in. I mean, we already have quite a bit of a rejection candle there. What would be the target for the third wave? The third wave target would be around 17.8k. Well, if that forecast is correct, then next week we are going to see quite as strong of a sell-off, most likely. Let's see if that's going to play out, maybe already overnight. It will be interesting, but, you know, I'm not telling you this definitely will happen. This is sort of what the chart is adhering to nicely at the moment. So let's see. You know, as I said, it can push a bit higher. And if we get above a certain level, the 78.6% fib level, then we probably have to look at a stronger retracement. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin, let's say, corrects to the upside a little bit more. And even if we get above that 78.6% FIB level, it doesn't make suddenly a bullish wave count. It will just be a more of an extended correction to the upside. So, but yeah, that's what I'm looking at the moment. Just told you the invalidation point, told you the next resistance levels, told you the target for the wave 3 down, should we see it. But yeah, just to highlight that really, we now should not get above that 78.6% FIB level, which doesn't mean it won't happen. It can happen, but if it does, it will most likely mean that this wave 2 is not a wave 2 anymore. It will get invalidated. And if it does, then we might have something more bullish and more of a breakout going on here. For Bitcoin, it is not enough to say that we are morphing into a bullish wave count, but it will be something where the sell-off is probably going to be delayed a little bit. Okay, and that's my update about Bitcoin. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.